Hey guys, Pippin254 or Dark Shrouded here, and welcome to Game Reviews and More. Right now I've got a interesting bit of campaign gameplay from a game called Perfect Dark, which if you don't know was originally a game for the Nintendo 64, but has since been ported to the Xbox Live Arcade, which is why I'm playing on right now. Now before I get started with my commentary, I just want to go ahead and thank Junkyard129 and everybody involved with Game Reviews and More for just having this channel, letting us small commentators or new commentators like me just get out there, get exposed to the YouTube community a little bit more, and hopefully get some critiques, some criticism, whether we should be doing this in the first place, things like that. I enjoy commentating, I'm not very good at it, but I always have fun doing it, so why the heck not? As stated before, this is Perfect Dark, originally released on the Nintendo 64. If I'm not mistaken, this was based off the old GoldenEye engine, which was also released for the Nintendo 64, and in my opinion, GoldenEye and Perfect Dark really revolutionized the first-person shooter system, and really made it what it is today. Now, as you see, I am in a campaign mission. This is airbase espionage, if I'm not mistaken. As you can see, I haven't really gotten into any insane gunfights or nothing crazy yet. As you saw, I took out a flight attendant with a little camera. That was a drug spy, which is essentially a sedative. So I can kill those guys out there. I had to actually sedate them. I didn't want to kill them. Right there are my mission objectives. Just to give the brief laydown, right now I'm trying to get into Air Force One, but I have to sneak all my equipment in, so I have to kill off the security monitoring system, just sneak around a lot, and board Air Force One. So that's what I'm doing in here. I like Perfect Dark because this is very lore-oriented. Unless you know what really happened in the backstory, you're not gonna really know what the heck is going on. And today's first-person shooters really lack in the lore aspect. For example, Modern Warfare 2 and Black Ops. There is a lot of lore behind those games, don't get me wrong, but a lot of people did not pick up those games for the single-player campaign. I am fairly certain on that part. Just taking a look at the multiplayer database you see, single-player isn't very popular, and it's understandable why. First-person shooters are really meant for the multiplayer experience these days, but for us people who really like the single-player experience, I really miss games like Perfect Dark, because this was a very difficult game. It's not like first-person shooters today where you can just charge around, guns blazing, having the ability to regenerate health, continues, checkpoints, etc. In Perfect Dark, you did not have those luxuries. This was a very difficult game. If you got shot, the damage was permanent. If you died, you did not get any continues, you did not get any extra lives, you had to restart the mission from a hole. Or from the beginning. From a hole, what the heck? Anyway, I am playing on Perfect Agent right now, and look at this infinite ammo glitch this guard has. 25 round mag, my good eye. But as you can see, right now I'm just sitting back, I'm not charging in towards them, because the moment I charge out there, I'm going to be dead the moment they fire a single bullet. Because I am playing on the Perfect Agent difficulty right now, which is the hardest difficulty setting. And Perfect Dark is not very well known for its aiming characteristics. The Nintendo 64 did not have the dual analog sticks that the Xbox 360 or the PlayStation 3 did. You had to rely on a single joystick. And essentially the controls were your standard up-down, moves you forward and back, but left and right were to turn, not to strafe. To strafe on the Nintendo 64, it was the yellow, the top right buttons that were just yellow, like a yellow control pad. And in order to reach those, you had to shift your entire hand from the fire button. So strafing was not ideal in Perfect Dark. So you had to rely on turning, moving back and forth, and just using cover as best as you can. As you can see right now, I was getting shot at from all sides, so I had to charge one of the corridors just to get them all behind me. And as you can see, on the right side of my screen, right side, yes, you'll see my ammo counter. The section in green is my ammo capacity, and the section in blue is the spare ammo I get. Now as you can see, I'm not picking up very much ammo. Even though I'm using the same weapon these guys are, I'm only picking up about 10 rounds. That's another one of the great difficulties of Perfect Dark that you won't see in a lot of other first-person shooters, is that on the higher difficulty settings, you are not going to get a lot of ammo, so you have to make every shot count. In something like Reach or Modern Warfare 2, sure on the higher difficulties you had to conserve ammo, but if you burn through enough, you could usually fight your way through. In Perfect Dark, no. you do not get a lot of ammo, and combined with the slightly terrible aiming system, you could not really spray and pray. Right here I got lucky because they were so close, but as you can see, I'm pretty much completely out of ammo. I just picked up 10 rounds, I'm down to 7 in the reserve, and this K7 Avenger I'm wielding has a very high rate of fire, so it's very easy to waste a lot of ammo. Which, actually, later on in this mission, I find myself out of ammo and have to kind of improvise with my weapons, but you'll see that in a little bit. And actually, just a quick side note, look at how much damage I take right here. Look at that top green bar. That was how much health I lost right there. If I take 1 more or 2 more shots, I will be dead. So I have to be really careful while I'm finishing this mission, because if I take 2 more shots, bam, dead, restart level. No checkpoints, no nothing. And I actually miss that difficulty that really came along with the first-person shooters. You can kind of emulate it in some of them, like Halo Reach, but with some of the Call of Duty games, the campaign is just simply too easy. They've really, I almost want to say, dumbed down a lot of games these days. I mean, old games like Perfect Dark and GoldenEye, you really had to think tactically, actually strategize, conserve your ammo. Old games like Resident Evil even, that's a great example, Half-Life. But now with games like Modern Warfare 2, Black Ops, Reach, you don't really have that challenge anymore. And I can kind of see why. That it's because there's no real focus on single player for those kinds of games anymore, which I really miss. Perfect Dark, back when the Nintendo 64 was around, I don't think there was an internet connection for it, so it was entirely on single player. And quick little side note, this is where I ran out of ammo for the K7. I had to switch to the Magnum I picked up. As you can see, the Magnum isn't really good for mid-range combat, and this is just the terrible aiming system at work. This is manual aiming. I switched to the Dragon, but there was no ammo, period, so thankfully it has a proximity detonation trick, which I threw the gun at them, and eventually they moved, Dragon exploded, killed them both. Didn't need any bullets, but I got very lucky there. Unfortunately, this commentary is coming to an end, but what I really like about single-player games like this is just the challenge. I mean, it's not an easy game, but that's what makes it fun. Anyway, this is Pippin254, I'm kind of running over, but I'm going to sign out. Thanks, guys.